Here's Papa.
Hello, 45 Evo Charlie Papa channel, and today we're going to talk about my top 5 most impressive firearms. I mean, these are firearms that they're not the top of the barrel, they're not the cream of the crop, but they're ones that I didn't have a lot of expectation for, and they just have continuously surprised me and been a lot better than I thought they would be. So let's get started. At number 5, we've got the Ruger P Series. This has been a workhorse for me. I purchased this for about $220 at a gun show. It was used, well loved, but it has just continued to impress. Now, is it the most accurate thing out there? No, I mean it's got good combat accuracy, but for durability, I mean, this thing never fails me. It always fires. I mean, I could put the hottest of hot plus P in here. It was designed for service duty, and it'll eat it all day long. I could put the cheapest brown bear or whatever other cheap ammo that's really weak, and it has functioned through this gun. I have taken reloads that will choke on 9mm chambers that are tight. I've got other guns that those reloads will not shoot. This one just eats them up. It doesn't care. It has been a workhorse for me. It is durable, reliable. Yeah, it's heavy, but it's a duty grade weapon. I would take this to war with me. I would carry this open carry if I could. I mean, they are just a wonderful pistol for not a whole lot of money. You can generally find these for right around that $300 range. At number 4, and this is kind of a segment of number 4, is the Makarov chambered pistols from the Eastern Bloc. This one is a CZ82. It is the best of the lot. 12 rounds, double stacked magazine, fixed barrel 9mm Makarov. It is accurate, it's reliable, chrome lined barrel. It is just a wonderful gun. Also polygonal rifling in this one. It's never let me down. It always fires. I mean, I can run cheap Tula through this. I can run Stella and below. It doesn't matter what I put through it. It always goes bang. It always functions. These are a wonderful pistol if you can find them. They're getting a little pricey out there in the surplus market. We have had a few small batches come through, but the CZ82 would be my number 4 now, but that also goes with the Makarovs. This is a Bulgarian Makarov. It's a single stack, and you've got the P83, Polish P83, and the P64 is another one in that Makarov type family. All very good guns. I just put this one on the cream of the crop because of capacity. 12 rounds plus 1. Wonderful little guns. At number 3, we've got the British Enfield. Now, I know I've got a Mauser, it's a sporterized one, but in my collection, this is one of my favorites. It is reliable, it is accurate, it's 101 years old, still shoots great today as it did when it came out of the factory. Wonderful guns. I just like this gun, but it has surprised me. For these teeny little iron sights that I have on it, I shoot it accurately. I could hit 18-inch gongs at 100 yards with it consistently, over and over and over again. Even the 12-inch ones I can hit fairly consistently. So for me, with my eyesight, this thing just shoots wonderful for me, and it is a great option. If you don't have an Enfield, you owe it to yourself to pick one up because they can be fun guns. Ergonomically, they're great. The action is fairly smooth in it. They're 10 round box magazine for a mil surplus. That's that's a lot of rounds compared to most of them being 5. So at number 3, we've got the British. This is a number 1 Mark III Enfield. At number 2 on my list, the Ruger Mark I. This is the Ruger Standard. It's not a Mark 1. The Mark 1 would have had the adjustable sights. But this is a Ruger Standard. But it is considered a Mark 1 when you're looking for parts and stuff for it. I picked this up at a pawn shop for a couple $100 a few years back. And it has been the best $200 I've ever spent. It is a tack driver. I can shoot this one at 25 yards and still hit targets with it. It is just a wonderful, wonderful gun. It does take a little bit to learn how to take it apart and clean it. But other than that, this gun has continuously impressed me with its accuracy, with its functionality. It shoots just about anything from standard and up. I have put some subsonics in it. It'll feed them, but subsonics in a semi-auto are a little iffy. But for a great little field gun or car gun, truck gun, if you're looking for something little 22, I can't beat this. This is the best 22 pistol that I own, and it's 50, 60 years old. So at number 2, the Ruger Standard or Mark 1. And at number 1, we've got the High Point Carbine. Out of the box for $250 on average. This one we spent $230 on. We got it on a sale price. But you can find them for right around that $250, $300. I wouldn't spend much more than $300 on them. But the High Point Carbine is a wonderful gun. This one I've had access to. It's not mine. It is my son's. But this thing has done nothing but impressed. I mean, I heard the stories about they were pretty decent. I had a guy I worked with had over 10,000 rounds through his without a hiccup. I was kind of skeptical. I always kind of stayed away from them because of the low capacity magazines. You were looking at 10 rounds. But when he was looking at this, he was 19 years old. This was the first gun that he ever purchased. He had $250 in his pocket, so he bought himself the High Point Carbine. And it has done nothing but impress since day one. Now, we've added a lot of extra features to this one. We've got an aluminum rail here. We've got offset Magpul sights, red dot, angled foregrip. I think all in all, every week he'd buy a part for it, and he didn't realize how much he spent. All in all, he's got about $700 wrapped up into this. I know $700 is a lot of money, and some of the thought was on some of these parts he was going to put it over to his AR when he built his AR, but he left this alone when he built his AR. But the High Point Carbine, very affordable. They do have 20 round magazines for it, and one of the reasons when he was looking at this, I had heard decent reports about it, but now that the 20 round magazines were out for the 9mm, I told him I heard good reports on that, so he bought this 20 round mag, and the rest is history. Now, this one has impressed us so much that he went out and bought another one and put the bullpup stock on it. So now we've got two High Point carbines, both 9mm. They both take the same magazine, but this one's in a bullpup configuration, and it even improves the High Point carbine even more. It makes it a lot easier to use, a lot more compact, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful rifle. Pistol caliber carbine, you really can't go wrong with them. They run reliable, they run dirty. With the bullpup stock, they're a lot easier to clean. They come apart a little easier. But at number one, most impressive to me, didn't have a lot of expectations for them, but just blew me out of the water after we had it. And that would be the High Point carbine. This is 45L Charlie Papa channel, and these are the guns that just surprised me the most. I didn't have a lot of expectations for them, but they have done nothing but impress. And I am out.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.